This time we're rocking a contemporary craftsman.
A musical family in a bungalow that's out of sync.
This definitely does not rock.
Our designer's idea, remix modern ideas with the home's original craftsman style.
Play up the clean lines and add some natural elements.
Low-cost ways to turn up the curb appeal on any home.
I am so digging this. He's a rock star. He's a straight-laced one.
Ross and Taylor Sublett are brothers. They moved into this bungalow with Taylor's partner Houston and their many, many pets.
Our grandmother left us an inheritance, and with our parents' help, we got the house.
Yeah.
The gang is great at making music, but not so great at keeping the house in tune. The entry's off-key, the paint's blotchy, and the driveway's got no rhythm.
So the place is a little bit out of sync. It's not quite snapping.
Yeah, we love the house. We love the craftsman style, but I think we just want to make it a little bit more modern and a little bit more classic.
And like a little more rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
So are you guys ready to rock and roll?
Designer Mark Pellegrino wants to make this craftsman sing.
The first time I saw this house, I just wanted to keep on driving. But then I thought with a little TLC, we could bring it back to its craftsman roots and make it look really good. So I know you wanted something a little bit more traditional for your family.
And Taylor.
But not to worry, I got some hip ideas, some edgy things for the both of you, but actually include something for you too as well.
All right, let's do it.
With that, the group goes on tour.
We need to replace the windows. They're from the tragic period of aluminum windows.
I'm pretty handy, actually, not that you could tell by looking at the house right now. So I'm pretty happy to have Mark here to help give us some direction on what to do.
The garage, I noticed, needs a slight bit of help to actually straighten out.
I would also like something that didn't rely on master locks.
This house has a lot of potential, but doesn't really reflect how much fun these guys are. So what I want to do is punch up the style and throw in some special touches.
I would like to touch up the house a little bit. Some of the spots on the house are a little bit blotchy. Kind of looks
When you
like,
say blotchy, what do you mean blotchy?
it looks like someone's trying to put on foundation really bad on their face.
Soon, a plan's in place. To the right, the old concrete driveway's coming out. A colored concrete drive with rows of river rock will blend natural craftsman materials with a sleek, modern look. On the porch, Mark wants a traditional front door and craftsman light fixtures for simple style that will complement the arch of the entry. To the left, the dated awning gives way to a timeless pergola. Then the house color. Mark's thinking beige with a striking blue trim. Bold trim on neutral tones is a great way to give any house a modern edge. Mark will reverse the color scheme on the recessed area of the house to create dimension and make the back of the house really stand out. A one-of-a-kind wood and metal fence will be added to frame out the property. Finally, in the yard, a craftsman stacked stone retaining wall and flagstone patio will bring depth to the front of the house. New plants will bring color and texture.
And I have some surprises up my sleeve.
Surprises like fog machine. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
That's all you need. One big fog machine. You can't see the place. Done.
All right, Ross, we're right up your alley. It's destruction
Yes!
today.
Rip things out.
Stuff is
Tear them
going
apart.
Oh, I'm angry.
Ripping this stuff out gets out my aggression. I'm glad Ross is into the demo, but that is the easy part. I hope he's into putting stuff up.
Not everything will go. Mark wants to keep some of the plantings to reuse in the yard.
For the landscaping, we're going to do some tropical plants. They already started with a good foundation of plants, and we're just going to add in and fill it out.
You can replant it after it's been in orbit.
Yes, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I don't know, he's lost a lot of dirt.
Hey guys, I brought your paint samples over. Give you each one. So I brought 3 shades of beige for the body of the house. I want to keep it the natural color and that craftsman style.
I looked all over for Spike, but there was no color called Spike.
You just need to feel the strokes. Taylor, long, artistic.
Is it too light? It's an appealing color.
It's just, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
always
lighter.
happy.
It's like having highlights put on your house.
This is the second house color.
It's definitely darker.
They look a little yellow to me. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more neutral.
It looks like the exact same color as Silly Putty.
We chose two body colors, one for the front of the house and one for the recessed part of the back of the house, to actually make the back of the house pop out and to make it look more modern.
Next up, blue for the trim.
This one's called Blue Note. Think of the gray river rock that's running up the driveway. I'm going to match the paint colors of the house to some of the natural elements that we're going to surround the house with. So the rock in the driveway and the rock wall will pick up the blue and the beige tones of the house.
We're having a hard time picking out some paint colors here.
This is a lot harder decision than I thought it was be.
Yeah, I love all of them, except for when I hate them, and then I love them again.
So if you want to get like an idea of what it's going to look like without all the other colors, just sort of like telescope in on the two color combinations you want to see and you get a better idea.
I hate that one.
Yeah.
That is just working for me more and more.
A telescopic approach to design. When you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, because if you look at everything at once, you might get overwhelmed. Okay.
Coming up, concrete issues
What are we gonna do?
and rockin' flower pots anyone can make.
That's your personal vinyl?
Oh, come on, I got 3 of each.
Our musical makeover is well underway.
This is absolutely amazing.
Next,
So pick out an album that you think you might never listen to again.
designer Mark Pellegrino's got some revolutionary low-cost ideas for this contemporary craftsman makeover.
These seen better days. Mark has a little project for us, and I don't know what we're gonna do. All I know is we're gonna be destroying some records.
And now we're just going to stick that in the oven and wait a few minutes and see what happens.
So we used mostly Taylor's records.
Yeah, I totally hid mine.
And after a few minutes,
And here you go.
Was that the surprise you had for us, Mark?
This is the surprise.
Mark has come up with some unique planners for the front yard.
Ooh, that's cool.
The great thing about it is the hole that's in the middle of the LP is the drainage hole.
Nice. So it's really cool that Mark's like taking off on this whole musical aspect of this thing. It's gonna make the design mean a whole lot more to me.
Meanwhile, the old concrete's out, and the new driveway forms are going in.
So you're not going to do just a big old slab?
No, we're going to break up the concrete on the driveway. What we're going to do is we're going to add lines of natural element, which is the river rock, to bring that modern age in.
It's a little more interest.
Oh, much
Yeah.
more interest, yeah.
A lot going on just for a driveway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little skeptical. You got these big gaps in it, and I'm thinking more of a slab at first, but I'm starting to see where we're going with
What's the
this, I
cheapest
think.
way we could do? We couldn't afford the whole driveway, so we're just
Exactly. We'll just leave some pieces out.
We are 3 very strong-headed guys trying to decide on the colors for a house. We decided that we wanted to come and settle with a friendly game of darts.
When we can't make a decision, that's the best way to do it. Throw some darts, flip a coin, whatever works.
No matter what color chip they hit with the dart, all of them are good choices, so they'll
There's
end up
no
with the winner.
duds, no duds.
They'll end up with the
You
winner.
should have put a real nasty color in there just for fun.
Let's talk to Lady Luck
Okay.
and let her decide. I think I'm gonna go for dark blue, and you guys will have nothing to say about it. Okay.
All right.
I'm out of the running now.
Okay. I'm gonna go there.
Oh,
Totally snicks you. It's light blue.
You really are the worst dart player in the world, but you're lucky.
Why do you have to be so competitive? I still won.
The next morning,
I want to have a poster made for these people, the sublets. Since Ross and Houston are musicians, I wanted to add a personal touch, so I went to my friend Greg Gordon, who makes musical posters, and I had him do one for this house here. I like this poster. Yeah, I like the size of this poster. I'm not
Well,
gonna
that's
tell
a
you
good
which
size. We
two.
could do something like
That's
that.
good. I like that. That'll be good for where I'm thinking of putting it.
Well, here's the first sketch that I've been working on for the poster.
using snapshots, Greg bases his caricatures on actual photos.
This is even more than I even thought. I know the guys want to set up their garage space as a music play area, so this poster's going to fit in just perfectly.
Back at the house, The new concrete's going in. But there's just one problem.
We ordered concrete that was supposed to have a color in it, and color isn't in it. We actually just got normal concrete.
The concrete looks really good, but we're missing the color.
Well, color we can fix. Concrete, that's important.
You're right.
I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with it too.
So if you're ever getting colored concrete poured, it'll look the color that it's supposed to be. It doesn't dry from gray to tan.
I was praying there was some kind of heat reaction that was gonna take place.
I have a great driveway. What are we gonna do?
Well, we're gonna stain it. And it'll be great.
He's really upset about this.
He is, but
Actually look better. You'd be surprised. This guy's
Okay,
good.
I trust my designer.
you should, because it's gonna turn out perfect.
Okay.
So the goal for today is to find two types of rock for the house. The gray river rock for the driveway and the flagstone for the wall and the pathway. And one of the things we want to find is this sort of gray river rock. Now I sort of snatched this from someone's yard, so shh. It's going to pull the blue in from the trim of the house down to the driveway. That's number one. And it's a great tip is if you have this big expanse of cement, it's a great way to break it up with different color rock. I think this actually has enough variation in size and shape that will actually get that effect that we're looking for.
Next, it's flagstone for the retaining wall and patio.
But I think this is what we could use to do this. And I think this is actually the color. It's got a lot of variation in the color, and this is going to look fantastic. What do you think?
I can't wait to pick through a ton of rock.
It's gonna be awesome.
So, is this like an open-toed shoe activity?
Yes.
Meanwhile, the house is getting painted.
So it's all fun and games with the darts, but now it's going up, so
Yeah, I'm liking. I think it's the color of the paint chip. I think.
close anyways.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, I'm getting used to like the two-tone look of the house, but
Right.
I think it's coming together
All
really
right.
well.
Okay, cool. Darts can work with paint choices, see?
Then construction begins.
We're adding a pergola to the front of the house for several reasons. One, architecturally, and we're adding some craftsman-style details to the pergola. And two, they had an old aluminum 70s awning, so we'll take that down and we still want to add some shade to the front of the house, and the pergola is going to supply that.
I'm actually a little shocked at how big it looks.
Later, the crew gets to work on a new fence.
The fence is definitely a different design. We haven't done a lot of that with metal in between like that.
It was one of the ideas we came up with to sort of bring in some modern elements but still keep that craftsman style.
And you went a little nuts with the wood too. That's red cedar,
Yeah, it's
which
good
is
wood.
gonna look nice.
And it's going to age beautifully.
And that's not the only great thing about this fence.
We have the best smelling fence in the neighborhood.
We do.
It smells delicious.
Just ahead, what you should consider when picking doors.
All that glass makes me nervous. People can see me.
And a great idea for the garage.
If you paint the garage door the same color as the house, it'll completely disappear.
We're full of surprises
That's fantastic. That's hysterical.
next.
Gentlemen, because I've enjoyed working with you guys so much, I have a very special surprise that I had done for you.
Homeowners Ross Sublett and Houston Gilbert are both musicians, so designer Mark Pellegrino has brought them something special for their curb appeal.
That's fantastic. That's hysterical.
I think it's captured all of your essences.
I don't think I've ever looked so rockin' in real life.
There you go.
It's true.
The next day,
I want it solid, but we should go with the architecture of the house.
Okay, do you want to be able to see out of it, do you think?
A little bit. So Mark P sent us here today to look for a door. We brought my mom to help us out, figure out what we need to get.
I like this.
I like it. I'm not sure it goes with the style of our house.
After Mark, I think my mom is my #1 design consultant. I like to take her shopping with us. She has a lot of really good ideas.
When thinking traditional, consider the materials that would have been available at the time. For the Craftsman look, it's definitely a natural wood.
I like this one. You can actually like look out the windows, but you can answer the door in a towel. You've got like a nice arch up here that sort of matches the arches that we have around the entryway.
For hardware, Mark wants pounded copper. This'll tie in with the hand-forged Craftsman style.
That was easy.
That was easy. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
The next day,
So our old garage door was really rickety. We're very excited to be getting the new garage door today.
So for this house, I wanted to get something very simple, not with a lot of detail. So we got a plain garage door that we could paint out.
Little children, anybody, almost impossible to get hurt on it.
To say that's an improvement is definitely the understatement of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, plywood, not cutting it.
Yeah, the old door was off the hinges. You had to body slam it to get it shut. And
Shut it with a padlock.
yeah, it was bad. A new door is steel, so all your
The
equipment.
equipment, the musical equipment we keep in there, bikes and stuff feels a lot better, a lot safer.
It's
and
a lot more
nice,
soundproof, too.
Oh, yeah.
And the
it's gonna be
garage
quiet.
door. The garage door is whisper quiet.
Whisper. Do you hear it? No, I don't.
later the lights arrive.
Ooh. Nice. I like it.
Look, it's the cute little light, like it's little brother, like me and you.
And new windows go in.
They're perfect as far as making your house a lot warmer during the wintertime and cooler in the summertime. You can really feel the difference inside your home.
Next, the guys set up the stone retaining wall and the driveway gets stained.
Stacked wall is working. You know, it's more friendly. It's not like a bunch of mortared bricks. I like it.
Well, it's a Craftsman detail to add natural elements to the front of the house, so that's a really good natural element. Plus the color of the stone helps extend the house forward.
I've never seen a stained driveway before, or stained concrete. And they said, you know, Mark's like, yeah, trust me, it's gonna be great. And it does, it looks great, it fits with the house.
For contrast, the Mexican river rock goes down in between lines of concrete. And flagstone for the patio. In the yard, blue fescue will fill in and soften the edges of the fence. Cypress by the pergola for height and detail, and phormiums for texture.
Because I want the plants to really stand out, they're going to be pretty sparse because we want that patio area to show on the wall. So I don't want it to be a jungle out in the front of the house.
Then it's the new traditional door, stained a rich brown. And some final rockin' details.
Well, we did it. We transformed the Craftsman, brought back some of its original roots, and we tossed in a little traditional, a little rock and roll for the boys. And I think it looks fabulous, so stick around.
When we come back, see how original ideas turn this pad into a home to be proud of. Next.
3 guys and a house. I know it sounds like a bad sitcom, but in this case, the story has a happy ending. And these guys gave their home the Craftsman style they can be proud of. Check it out.
When we started, this house had a mishmash of problems. Cracked cement, dated accents, and a paint job that was faded in the sun. Designer Mark Pellegrino wanted to update this Craftsman, and now what used to be a sour note is the rock star of the block. Bold colors, lush landscape, and a welcoming entry make this place shine from the curb. Before, the driveway was cracked and sinking. Now, a new concrete drive with river rocks at a distinctively modern slant. The plywood garage door was falling apart. The new garage door cleans up the look of the house and adds security. The dated windows and awning were nothing special, but the new view is amazing. A natural stone stack wall and patio bring dimension to the yard, and the Craftsman fixtures make the entry truly inviting. The fence even calls back that Craftsman style. A house that was a has-been is now the star of the block.
All right, guys. Woo! Nice. Great. Lights, view.
We're getting the band back together, man.
I'm really glad I got the soundproofing on this garage door.